It's Wednesday, May the 27th, 2026. You're listening to the DX Today AI Daily Brief. Today, Fireworks AI eyes a $15 billion valuation OpenAI's. Sam Altman admits his AI jobs apocalypse prediction was wrong, and Pope Leo XIV issues the Vatican's first encyclical on artificial intelligence. Let's get into it.
Fireworks AI, the Redwood City startup that helps companies run open-source AI models in production, is in talks for a new funding round at a $15 billion valuation. That's according to a Bloomberg report Tuesday evening. Index Ventures, an existing investor, is set to co-lead the deal. If finalized, the round would nearly quadruple the company's $4 billion valuation from its October 2025 Series C, when it raised $250 million. Fireworks AI hit $315 million in annualized revenue in February, up 416% year over year. The talks reflect insatiable investor appetite for the inference layer of the AI stack.
Now to OpenAI's About Face.
Speaking at a Commonwealth Bank of Australia conference in Sydney on Tuesday, OpenAI Chief Executive Sam Altman conceded that the AI-driven jobs apocalypse he once forecast has not materialized. Quote, "I'm delighted to be wrong about this. I thought there would have been more impact on entry-level white-collar jobs being eliminated by now than has actually happened," Altman said. He told the audience he was, quote, "roughly right on the technology trajectory after launching ChatGPT in 2022, but, quote, pretty wrong on the social and economic impact." Altman said he now believes a, quote, "human part of work has proven harder for AI to replace than he expected." The retraction is a striking reversal from one of AI's most influential voices.
Next, the model routing layer.
OpenRouter, the model aggregator that lets developers swap AI providers through a single API, raised $113 million in Series B funding at a $1.3 billion valuation. The round, announced Tuesday and led by Alphabet's capital G, more than doubles OpenRouter's valuation from a year ago. NVIDIA, Rais Now, MongoDB, Snowflake, Databricks, Andreessen Horowitz, and Menlo Ventures also participated. The company now routes traffic across more than 400 AI models for roughly 8 million users, with weekly token volume climbing from 5 trillion to 25 trillion in just 6 months. OpenRouter's pitch that no enterprise should be locked into a single model provider is increasingly resonating with developers as the model landscape fragments.
On to a sobering safety story.
A Financial Times investigation published Tuesday revealed that an open-source tool called Heretic can strip safety guardrails from Meta's Llama 3.3 and Google's Gemma 3 models in under 10 minutes using just 4 lines of code. Working with the AI safety group, Alice FT journalists demonstrated the bypass on a standard laptop, with no specialist hardware required. Heretic, hosted on GitHub, has reportedly been used to create 3,500 decensored AI models that have collectively been downloaded 13 million times. Modified models produce detailed responses on chlorine gas dispersion, ricin lethality, credit card theft code, and child sexual abuse material. The findings sharpen ongoing policy debates over whether powerful open-weight AI models should be released to the public at all.
Now, physical AI for logistics.
Stored, the Atlanta logistics infrastructure startup, raised $250 million in Series F funding at a $3 billion post-money valuation. The round was led by Strike Capital, with participation from Kleiner Perkins, Founders Fund, Franklin Templeton, Bailey Gifford, G Squared, Bond, and Lux. Stored also announced the launch of Stored Labs, a new research arm focused on robotics, agentic AI, and physical automation for deployment across the company's nearly 100 fulfillment facilities. The company says it plans to use live operational data from more than 1,000 customers and over $15 billion in annual gross merchandise volume to train its AI systems. Stored is positioning itself as the AI-powered fulfillment alternative to Amazon for independent brands.
Across the Atlantic, a quantum twist.
Quantient, a Tampere, Finland-based deep tech startup, raised 10 million euros in Series A funding to scale a cloud and quantum-native multi-physics simulation platform for AI-era hardware engineering. The round was led by Danish Quantum Fund, 55 North, and Austrian industrial investor B&C Group, with existing backers Maki.vc, Crowberry Capital, QAI Ventures, and First Fellow partners participating. Founded in 2021, Quantient builds simulation software for engineers designing motors, antennas, and fusion magnets. The company says its platform delivers simulations up to 100 times faster than conventional tools. The capital will fund international expansion and a unified platform that combines simulation, quantum algorithms, and AI integration.
Drug discovery gets a new entrant.
Perceptic, a London and New York-based AI startup founded by 3 former Palantir Life Sciences engineers, emerged from stealth on Tuesday with $12 million in seed funding. Accel led the round, with participation from Air Street Capital and Elder Gull. Co-founders Hugh Flock, Martin Copes, and Zaki Trachet built the company around an end-to-end AI operating system for drug development, spanning asset scouting, indication selection, and clinical trial design. The startup says it can compress scientific due diligence on drug candidates from weeks to hours and has already delivered a 50-fold increase in clinical data extraction throughput. Australian biotechnology firm CSL is among its early enterprise customers. The team has grown to about 20 employees.
Snowflake reports tonight.
Cloud data platform Snowflake reports its first quarter fiscal 2027 earnings after market close today. Wall Street is watching closely after the company's stock climbed 28% since April 30th on AI tailwinds. Analysts forecast roughly $1.32 billion in total revenue and adjusted earnings of 32 cents per share. The company itself has guided product revenue of between $1.262 billion and $1.267 billion, implying about 27% year-over-year growth. Investors want to know how quickly Cortex AI and Snowflake Intelligence are converting into consumption revenue after the company hit a $100 million AI run rate a full quarter ahead of schedule in fiscal 2026.
Anthropic prepares to leapfrog.
Anthropic is poised to close a new funding round of more than $30 billion at a valuation north of $900 billion, potentially as soon as this week. That's according to Bloomberg, which reports the round is co-led by Sequoia Capital, Dragoneer Investment Group, Altimeter Capital, and Green Oaks Capital Partners, with each firm putting in about $2 billion. Founders Fund and General Catalyst are also participating. The deal would vault Anthropic past OpenAI's $852 billion valuation, making it the most valuable AI startup in the world. Anthropic is on pace to post $10.9 billion in second quarter revenue and its first ever quarterly operating profit, with an annualized run rate approaching $50 billion.
On to the Vatican.
Pope Leo XIV presented his first papal encyclical, titled Magnifica Humanitas, at the Vatican on Monday, addressing what he called the protection of the human person in the age of artificial intelligence. Anthropic co-founder Christopher Olah was invited to present remarks alongside the Pope, marking an unusual alliance between the Catholic Church and a frontier AI lab. Pope Leo warned that artificial intelligence, quote, demands to be disarmed, freed from logics that turn it into an instrument of domination, exclusion, and death. The encyclical calls for robust regulation of AI and asks developers to work for the common good rather than profit. Anthropic said its participation reflects an effort to widen the conversation on AI's most fundamental questions.
From Beijing, a chip pivot.
Huawei this week unveiled a new approach to AI chip design that it calls the Tau scaling law, paired with an architecture branded logic folding. The company is arguing that as U.S. sanctions restrict Chinese access to leading-edge chip-making equipment, performance gains should come from system-level efficiency rather than from shrinking transistors. Huawei executives said the logic folding design folds logic and memory more tightly together, reducing data movement bottlenecks that limit AI workloads. The announcement is the latest signal that Beijing is committed to building a domestic AI silicon stack capable of competing with NVIDIA, even without access to the most advanced lithography. Whether the Tau scaling law holds up in production silicon remains to be tested.
Finally, a small cap reinvents.
Nasdaq-listed Nocera Incorporated announced on Tuesday a strategic corporate transformation, rebranding to Nocera Holdings and pivoting from its aquaculture roots into artificial intelligence, AI infrastructure, data centers, robotics, biotech, and digital assets. The company said it has expanded a previously announced financing facility of up to $300 million to fund acquisitions, strategic investments, and global expansion. Management said it is in active discussions on potential biotech investments where AI could accelerate diagnostics and clinical operations, and intends to pursue robotics and physical AI opportunities across Asian markets. The pivot is a notable signal that even smaller cap companies are restructuring entire identities around the AI opportunity, though execution risk remains substantial for an unproven holding company.
That's your briefing for Wednesday, May the 27th, 2026. For DX Today, stay curious.